yesterday on this team was probably the best that you've ever been a part of. Some trying times, obviously 2 losses. Does the chemistry remain the same, or are you guys getting tested a little bit?
I think both are getting tested, but the chemistry doesn't change. That's why it's good. We can all stick together and kind of be on the same page and still go in the same direction.
When you look at Penn State, you guys obviously beat them last year. Do you guys pull from that game and get more confidence knowing that you guys can beat them and you've done it before?
Yeah, Coach D, going to the game saying we always have a chance to win a game. And they are a very good team, playing out their place. It'll be my first time being there. But, we have all the confidence in the world to be able to go down there and run.
Did you stay after practice to work out a couple things?
Yeah.
Can I ask what you're working on?
Yeah, every day we get holds with contact with him, and then me and Silver throw a couple rounds together, just working on him staying on his feet, that sort of thing.
What's the mindset of this team right now? Joe talked about getting everybody together and make sure they're on the same page.
I think for me, after watching the film, obviously you're down a little bit, but I kind of came in with like a renewed mindset. I think my motivation right now is at an all-time high since even last year. Things are really good when you're winning, and that's how it was last year. And when you start losing, you kind of start looking at everything and analyzing everything. So you can kind of take all that and use that as motivation.
Going through what you guys did in 16, maybe help you avoid some of those problems you had then of not letting it kind of get
Yeah, most of us were here for that time. Me, Joe, Kari, we were all here for that. We know how that goes, and it's not fun at all. And we want to try to not let that happen.
You look back at that fourth down play. Did you, from way up top, it looked like you had space to sneak it, if you will. When you looked at the film, was that the move to get out of that and do that, or are we seeing something else?
You might have seen that, but that wasn't really something that was on my mind. It's not really a check I have on that play. They could on the snap rush 4 guys right in both A gaps. So you kind of have to stick with that play until we can get.
You usually have one other. Is it usually one other, an either or sort of? Check in, check out sort of thing on most plays,
yeah. There's certain things that we can check to out of almost every formation, and obviously certain plays if there's a look that the defense is giving us that we don't like, kind of check out of that certain play.
For you guys, just with the challenge going to Penn State, how have you as a leader, how have you seen the guys respond to the first 2 practices this week, given what was set up in the game Saturday?
To be honest, I thought we've had some of the best practices we've had since the season started. From my perspective, I think the energy was a lot better than what it has been in team periods. The guys were talking a lot more than what they have been on the offensive side of the ball. We kind of take that personally. Our offense is kind of getting torn down, and we realize we haven't been performing at the par. So I take that personally, being a leader on the offense. And I think all of us did a great job of communicating today.
On Sunday, Coach D says that the leadership group meets as a whole and kind of discusses and goes over everything going into the week. What were some of the biggest takeaways then that you guys came up with, and how are you implementing them at practice?
Coach D, he always asks how the team feels, kind of gets our perspective. So we talked about that. Talked about what things we can maybe change, just going forward. Maybe people's mindsets, getting on people if they're dogging it in practice, kind of in a bad mood. So that's kind of something that we kind of talked about.
How is the mentality then, too? You probably were asked this a little bit ago, but overall, just give a general, overview of mentality this week and where you guys are at mentally.
We're still on the same page. We have all of our goals in front of us. Like I said earlier, my motivation is very high right now to get this team back on track. Like I said, I take the offensive struggles personally, and I want to be able to try and fix that and right that for this team.
How much, too, this week are you guys implementing maybe using Davis a little bit more? I know he's a receiver, but he had a great run on Saturday. Have you incorporated a little bit of that, or do you think that will happen more against Penn State?
Yeah, that was kind of our game plan last week, is to get him the ball more, obviously, with guys hurt. I think we did a decent job of that. Obviously, the guy that was doing that, he went maybe 50, 60 plays, so he gets tired. So you need other guys to step up. But obviously, he's the best receiver we have that's on the field right now, so we want to get him the ball.
And his versatility, too. How can that help you guys going forward with the injuries that you do have?
It's great. He can play every position. We can mix guys around, and he can kind of go to any spot in the field.
think he went 70 plays, and I don't remember
Was it?
a receiver ever doing that ever. And obviously, he has to with the situation here. Can you see how tough it is when he comes back to the huddle? Can you see that
Yeah, I mean, there's
70 plays.
that one when we were in the red zone. I threw like a deep out to him, going from our sideline, going left to right, and it was a little behind him. But I've seen him make catches like that before, and I could just tell like, hey, he's tired. Let's give him a break real quick. Throw someone else in there. We're gonna need him for the rest of the game. So I definitely see that. And that's just something that happens when you play football and you play 70 plays.
And then Chambers comes through and makes some plays, some third down catches. I mean, can he build off that? Can you gain
I think Cam gained a lot of confidence last week, getting a lot of action really for the first time. He showed off his hands very well and made a lot of plays. So I'm excited to see what he can do.
You said earlier that you wanted to look at some of your own things. What kind of things did you focus on? What kind of things did you see when you looked over the
On film? I think I did a good job of kind of scrambling when I could. That one interception, just like I said, I didn't see the guy. He read my eyes pretty well, and something I got to fix is the turnovers, obviously. But that's something you can work through over the weeks.
Felton was saying that one of the biggest issues going into Penn State, probably crowd noise. I mean, we heard it out, you guys, a simulated crowd noise out in the hallway. But how much, I guess, do you think about that? And could it not be a distraction, but where do you rank it?
Yeah, this will be my first time at their stadium, so I'm sure it'll be very loud. I've heard from all the guys it'll be really loud. Loudest last year for me was probably the Michigan game, so I'm sure it compares pretty well to that. We'll see when we get there.
Thank you.
How you doing, Brian?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. How are you guys feeling coming into this week as an offense? I mean, I know how Saturday went for you guys. I know everybody was pretty disappointed. It's a new week. Did you sense a different mood going out there today?
I 100% did. I was a little depressed over the weekend, a little sad. It took a lot of thinking on my part and just reflecting. And I think everyone did that on the offensive side of the ball because the last 2 days we all came out with a ton of intensity. Like I said to another guy, I think this is two of the best practices we've had as an offense from my point of view in the last month or so. So, we're trying to get back on track to how to reach the potential that this offense can get. And the motivation, I think, is at an all-time high right now. For sure.
Does Penn State being what it is help with that? It's because you're going on the road and it's a legit team out there. Obviously, it's not. I'm not going to throw any other teams under the bus, but it's a quality team that you guys know. Do you think that plays a factor with guys? Just
Definitely.
Knowing that there's a huge opportunity out there to bounce back.
I think this program has been known for stepping up in big games. Obviously, there's a couple times where it doesn't happen, but for the most part, I think we've done a good job of rising to the occasion and playing well against good opponents. And I think that's something that we'll try to do this week.
You got another new offensive line, probably. That's kind of common for you now, I guess. Even drive to drive, really. What do you want to see from those guys, whoever's out there? Because Blake just talked about it. I'm sure you guys talk about it. Just what do you need to see from that group?
A guy that will step up and call people out. Obviously, I'm taking on. I can take on that role a little more than what I have been, but just a guy that'll get on people, even if they're messing up too. Just a guy that'll get on people and get in their face and really lead that group. And I think there's a few guys that have the potential, so that'd be great to see that out of them.
Has it been a little hard for you to stay calm in the pocket, just knowing that those guys are changing and that you're getting pressure from different angles and stuff throughout some different games? I don't know. It seems like maybe sometimes you're a little antsy in the pocket. Would you agree with that or not?
Possibly, yeah. With new guys coming in, it's not really not trusting the O-line type of thing. It's just sensing the pressure and maybe getting the ball, making some errant throws a little too quickly. But I don't think that's with my lack of trust in the O-line.
I ask you every week, to kind of break down what you see defensively, but I'm guessing at this point in the season, the way things have gone, things are more about you guys as a team than what you're lining up across against on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not sure I go that far. Obviously, we do have to kind of self-reflect a little more than we have been in the past. But I'm trying to get into the film room a little more this week than what I have been. Whenever I got free time, I'll try and get in there and just learn as much as I can about the defense, so I can prepare other people and prepare myself for it.
So, what did you see with your extra time in the film room?
They run a lot of middle close, a lot of cover 3, cover 6. They disguise their blitz as well. They kind of blitz from depth, so they're not really going to show it as much as maybe other teams might. They have a lot of new people on defense. You know, like maybe 2 or 3 returning starters. So that's something that we'll be ready for.
As a leader, you know, Joe had said, you know, maybe in a players-only meeting, you're not calling guys out specifically in front of the team, but it might be something where you pull somebody aside. Is that something where you feel like, as a captain, you need to do that yourself to maybe pull a guy off the side and be like, hey, we need to do this better?
Yeah, that's the job of a captain, is to do that. And you know, being the guy on offense right now, I think that falls on my shoulders to call people out when they need to. And I think I'm stepping up into that role well, and I'm trying to get that accomplished this week and the next.
Brian, you're such a gifted runner. Do you need to run more for this offense to succeed?
I'm going to use my legs whenever I can.
Are teams just keeping you away from running?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've lost a touch. Maybe putting on a little weight. I don't know. But I feel like I haven't maybe scrambled as much as I have in the past. Maybe that's something I got to change. But I love scrambling. I love getting yards with my feet. So whatever way I can to get yards, I'm going to do that.
Thank you.